Okay. This message is for men, women, doesn't matter. I need you to understand something. When someone is carrying a very negative energy, and also they're not only carrying the negative energy, they are in a low vibration. They are in a low vibrational state of mind. They are always talking and gossip, doing things of that nature, and a part of drama that they claim not to be, starting the drama that they said they had nothing to do with. That's the same thing. These individuals, especially when they are in relationships, they will do anything to keep you if that's what they want to do. They will cause drama on spot to connect with the toxicity that they know you are capable of. I can't imagine how many people have done some heinous things to innocent people because of someone in their life depicting a very negative perspective of them. The person that they're communicating to they have no idea that the only reason that this person is feeling the way they are and saying all the things that they're saying, majority are lies, because they're typically pathological liars. So the majority of it is their lies. They're insecure. They don't know how to be authentically them. I should say authentically their soul. Because who they are has become the negative entity attachment when there is a situation where someone can inflict pain, tell disparaging lies on someone, and not have any concern more than it is for how people are viewing them, and for the purpose of which they have mission to do this. And it could be to hold on to somebody that has let them go, or gaslighters. It's a real thing. And that's not just a male, it's a female. It could be females, males, because at the end of the day, the soul is the soul. It's not gender specific at all. Your soul has been carried by women and men, and hell, maybe an animal or something in a lifetime. You don't know. So what I'm saying to you is that, what I'm saying to you is be careful. Be careful, especially for some of you who have picked up on the energy. You know that you've seen this energy before. You've seen the manipulation. You've been involved personally in the lies. You know what they're capable of, and you know what you're capable of when you're with them. Some people are drawn to their scenario because it feels familiar. Familiarity is easy all the time. You know what I'm saying? It can be if you continue to not grow. If you don't elevate and get out of that world, like I was talking about in my last video, if you are entering a world, every choice you make, when you go into a world, you're entering a new world. And in that world, there are certain things that go on in that particular world. So sometimes after being on your journey, being on a specific path, you wonder why you done dipped off somewhere, and you done picked up something, you done laid down with somebody, you don't have to have sex with somebody. It's the energetic connection and flow. You could be sitting down having coffee, and the whole time you having coffee, energy is just flowing and flowing and flowing all out of you. The vampire is having fun, and you are feeling drained when you leave. So what I'm saying is that when you are in these, sometimes you go into certain worlds that have a whole perspective of its own. It has its own thing going on. So before you can get back to the door that you entered willingly, you walked, your mind took you there. It was something that I was doing before. Let me finish that. Before you go into this, before you went in there, you wonder how in the hee-haw hell did you get here? But the thing is, you have got to set your intention on getting out that world. But then before I go, because you done started some things going up in that world. Hopefully you didn't pick up karma on the way. By negative thoughts, aligning yourself with negativity, and then therefore becoming a part of negativity, and don't stumble up on a chosen one. That's a pioneer chosen by the divine source energy for the work of the call, which is the work of the vision of humankind that the divine had when the divine created this game called life, intended to be fun. I'm just saying, get the book. Okay? Get the book, Combos with God, and don't forget Goal of the Soul and Goal of the Soul Transformation Workbook. Complete the human evolution equation. Get to started, okay? And don't forget, we are starting our soul evolution classes coming up in the fall. Listen here. This situation here that you have going on, I need you to be aware. Zebra don't change his stripes. That's what my grandmother told me. A zebra does not change their stripes. I want you to look up what zebra means in the spiritual sense, and then I also want you to just look up the zebra in it of itself. What do the stripes mean? And then do the zebra. And then I want you to also consider the spiritual meaning of the zebra, okay? And take what resonates, apply it to your life. Everything is energy. There's nothing by accident. So then I want you to say, if you have happened to have stumble up on something into a world, I want you to first ask the divine, what am I to experience in this moment now? Because it could have been that you were unaware, but it was definitely prepared for you. Sometimes you are sent on a mission into a world, but you didn't even know. But everybody gets to learn something. Everybody gets to grow from something. But in order for you to get out of that world, it's knowledge is power when applied with wisdom. All right? So don't negate things, because things will seem unfamiliar as you go higher, you're going to be called to, and being called to freedom. It's also free your mind and the rest will follow. So you're going to have to free your mind. All right? Don't say no. Pause for a minute. Divine, what am I to experience in this moment now? Why am I here? What is the point of this? So that I can get whatever I need to get and I don't have to do this again. Right? It's that part. Like, can I please not have to do this again? Because when you stumble up on somebody that, for example, is a chosen one, and all of us are important, understand that. But, and I want you to get goal of the soul, because there's so many important factors as it relates to the soul that will enlighten you really on how to protect yourself and really what you're dealing with in this life as a spirit being in this life. Okay? How you came about and why are you important? How does this game go? We're setting up the shop so that we can get to the game, because we have not been playing the game, all right? We've been on the football field playing tennis with tennis racket balls, okay? That's what we've been doing, okay? So we haven't gotten there yet. Are you there yet? No, not yet, okay? But we're getting set up for that, right? And so the divine and our spirit team is setting up the stage. The stage is getting set, right? And it's not, the people on the front are not who you would typically imagine. All right? And it's and just a hint, it's not the old traditional church. It's not that. It's not that. You want to keep the church, to keep it going in the new earth, you're going to have to consider another perspective. You go to another level. Some people, by the way they teach, I can tell that they know that there is certain levels of consciousness that had been initially suppressed within them, but they had to go with the flow. this is a wonderful news for you. You're going to have an opportunity to step on up out of there, right? To step on up out and be yourself, okay? So, because you too have an influence in the new earth, you have the possibility of that. So, and then encouraging the church. I mean, hey, we all want to help the divine, right? The divine mission for humankind. Come on, hey, how about we get to know the divine even more and have a deeper depth? I wasn't getting on here to say all that, but my spirit said, but we were. Okay, so there it is. All right. So listen. Be mindful. Don't forget. But you must forgive. Don't make it all about you. You must forgive. But don't forget where where you've been. At the same time, allow for the divine to guide you. That's that internal map quest. Me, myself, and I, it's a different meaning. I said it on my podcast. Me, myself, and I is the soul. Myself is the shell that my soul lives. And my I is the eye of the beholder, the divine source energy, highest level of consciousness. That's what that is, baby. So listen here, let me tell you something, baby. You gonna get to know something more than you ever did before if you allow yourself to be free. Did you hear what I said to you? That just came out. I don't even know where that come from. Well, it come from me, myself. I am music. I don't know, because I am recording it so I can come back and remember it later. It's gonna get, see, I gotta go back and remember it because I don't know what I just said. It just poured out of me. So that's for somebody. Yeah, you're gonna get to know it's getting ready to get wild up in here. Yeah. It's getting ready to get wild, right? So for those of you who are called, and I was going to say, some people are called into certain spaces so that you can grow. You are called into certain spaces so that you are there to heal a family bloodline, right? So understand, again, you don't die. You don't die, all right? You switch sides. I wasn't going to tell this. Okay, so Spirit is guiding me to tell this, so I'm going to tell it. When my mom was passing, and I always share this story about how I've always had the gift of dreams. Prophetic, all of that since a little girl. And I'm just now stepping into that, strongly and attentively, intentionally as well. So I remember my mother, when she was in the passing stage, she kept telling me that God told her, and she also had a very profound gift, very strong. And she says, God said, I'm not going to die. God said, I'm not going to die. But the conflict with me was that I kept having dreams that indicated that she was going to die. And one morning I woke up crying, so I knew it was like, it's a wrap. If I keep dreaming something, because I dream events, everything. When I go to sleep, I leave this world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here like that. So in my dream, when I woke up crying, I asked the divine, like, so wait a minute, you told Mom that she was not gonna die. So why do I keep having these dreams that confirm that she is going to die? Because my intuition has never lied to me. Okay? Ever. All right? So I'm always guided and pulled, even if I resisted or resisted or questioned the move in the beginning. I was always put in that position to understand and know. So when I asked the divine that, immediately the reply was, Spirit never dies. Wow. So I'm like, man, God. I talked about that in Convos with God. Like, divine said, have I ever lied to you? Well, no, but can I be real for a minute? Because it's sometimes I know I ain't understand what you talking about, and you said that, so it sounded like such and such. So why, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I was hoodwinked. I felt like, like why you tell me like that? You know I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? That type thing, that type of vibe. Yeah, I had a kind of relationship, so we were talking. That's what I wanted to know. So anyways, that's a comforting thing to know that you never die. So your loved ones, your family, they don't die, but they become, they are those ones on the other side. They are on the dark side, and they have missions. Okay, and they really step into the truth as far as the energy. Okay, so their energy continues to live. We may visualize them as the physical body, but yeah, they are there. And they are there strong. I have pictures in the sky of seeing, okay, the spirit realm, like in body form. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't even, like what? We don't need a magnifying glass, nothing. It's like that, right? So I want you to understand that when you're setting up karma and you're being negative or negative towards someone, you mess around and mess up with somebody who is, man, a generational curse breaker. The divine has placed them, their spirit, their ancestors have appointed them to handle a certain mission because they knew that through the attachment that they would have, the soul attachment they would have initially in this lifetime, that it was going to put them in the position to be able to handle that mission so their bloodline could be free. And you sit up and get with somebody that is low vibrational. That's where you were comfortable. That's what you're used to. Your self has been used to. Your soul about done had enough, right? But yourself has been used to. So now that you're with this low vibrational entity, you align to do ill towards any human being, less alone, God forbid, someone who is chosen, because everybody's not chosen. That's what the Spirit said to me. He said, Divine said, everyone is not chosen. No, I ask. Okay, yeah, that's it. Go. Thank you, baby. All right, so, okay, you too. Go. 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 Or sit down. Okay, whichever one you want to do. Okay, so yeah, you got to be careful. Some people have, because it's going to be important for us to understand how do we stop the karma from going? How do we stop the karma from being created? How do we get into groups with our families and our teams and make a new church? Okay. Make a new church, a new song, a new everything, new definitions of how we define. We have defined humankind. So what do? Do we look at astrology and decide that, well, okay, this is how we define this particular thing. How about we do something else? Can we do something else? Right? So how about there's something different other than love and anger? I talk about it in the book that the divine said to me. And it was, I had chills. I'll never forget this particular night. I was just taken aback, okay? In my hermit mode, I'm sitting there and I'm like, wow. I was at the computer in my office at the time and I was really shocked. I was shocked by way of the message and the fact that the Spirit said we were the ones that's going to create the new earth. What the hell are we talking about here? We're going to create it. How are we going to create this? What are you talking about? And no, it's not the pie in the sky. The pie in the sky is here where in which we create. And there's so much. We're not going to go all into that. I really... okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's see what the Spirit's talking about. What you talking about, Spirit? Okay, that's it for now. We're good. Okay. I was like, huh? So you got to be willing to go and to flow, baby. And you got to be careful of what you are doing and how you're treating people. Because have compassion. Let go of the judgment. Change your circle, baby. If they're low vibrational, always gossiping, always don't have nothing to say until it's something about something, and you gotta, it's only their way. I want you to consider, right? So I love you guys, but I want you to pay attention. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen, okay, on who you laying up with. Because when you lay up with somebody, that's a tie. A lot of times you get pulled back in from a sexual encounter or just an encounter. Sometimes we're called to just drop it like it's hot, like let it go. Because and when you do it in love, it's for the point so that everybody can grow. You got to grow, they have to grow. So when everybody grow, depending on the nature of how deep that thing went, or how deep the evil went, then it may be an opportunity. Otherwise, then no. And you got to follow the divine. And that's what we're being called to do, to just walk in love, but have a balance. Pay attention. Like the divine told me, meet people where they are and keep the same love heart posture. Meet them where they are. Leave the room if you got to. Stay out the room if you have to. Because you have to protect your energy. And it's okay for you to step on up out of there, out of the room, out of the environment, to protect your energy. It's very important. Very, very important. Spiritual warfare is something else. Okay? So I love you guys. And I declare peace, love, and happiness. Choose to be guided. Please subscribe. And I love to hear your comments or read your comments. Have a goodie.